Europe is facing a severe recession, and economists warn that what happens in Europe won't stay there.
So you ask, how would a European meltdown affect the United States economy? Here's reporter Dale Hurd.
World leaders keep touting solutions to the European debt crisis, but their solutions haven't worked. This week, stock market guru Nouriel Roubini called the crisis in the Eurozone a slow-motion train wreck, one that isn't going away. Economist Peter Morici.
Europe could easily slip into Great Depression-type conditions. In Spain, it's already near there.
At risk is a global chain reaction. If Greece defaults on its debt, it could begin a domino effect of bank failures across Europe, bringing down weak Eurozone countries and eventually spreading to Wall Street.
We could easily be pulled into this vortex, and it wouldn't take that much to tip the U.S. economy over.
Experts say a meltdown in the Eurozone could cause problems for the U.S. economy in several ways. For example, loan defaults. European banks won't be able to repay their loans to U.S. lenders. And drop in demand. Europe purchases huge amounts of American goods. If the European economy weakens, they'll buy less from the United States.
Europe is a very important market for our exports, but we'd also see European exports in world markets at rock-bottom prices. And that would make life very tough. For example, GE would have a lot of trouble competing with Siemens.
The U.S. recovery has been slow, and a Eurozone meltdown would make America's already weak economy worse. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
The news out of Europe isn't good. The governments don't seem to be able to balance their budget deficits. And now we're seeing a phenomenon we haven't seen in the world in a long time, a run on the banks. Net withdrawals from banks in Greece, banks in Spain, where they're literally losing deposits every single day as people are starting to say, I think my money's better in my hands than in the bank's hands. Today we're going to be sharing with you stories of how God is above every economy. He's above the world's economy. He knows how to take care of his people. So we want to encourage you today. Stay tuned. Those stories are coming up. Lee Webb has the rest of our top stories from the CBN Newsroom. Lee?
Gordon, 2 Republican senators are criticizing the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals for planning an extravagant taxpayer-funded conference in Hawaii this summer. Some of the events there include paddleboard lessons, a golf tournament, and a snorkel trip. Senators Chuck Grassley of Iowa and Jeff Sessions of Alabama say the conference seems more like a vacation than a business trip, and they say it's not an appropriate use of taxpayer money. Their complaints come after the controversy surrounding a lavish Las Vegas conference held by the General Services Administration. We will have a special report on wasteful government spending on conferences tomorrow on the 700 Club. A former member of the Muslim Brotherhood is the frontrunner now in Egypt's presidential race. That's according to a new poll by the Brookings Institution. Abdel Monaim Abdel leads the field of 13 candidates with 32% of the vote. The Washington Times reports Abdel is an Islamist, and he believes the 9/11 terrorist attacks were an American conspiracy. Egyptians cast their vote Wednesday and Thursday in their first presidential election since Hosni Mubarak was ousted last year. The University of Notre Dame is among more than 40 Catholic organizations going to court to stop some of President Obama's health care mandates. They call new requirements to provide contraception and abortion services a violation of their religious liberties. They're led by Cardinal Timothy Dolan in the Archdiocese of New York. Catholic organizations are filing 12 different federal lawsuits. The new law requires nearly all health care plans to cover sterilizations and contraception approved by the FDA, including those that cause abortions. Cardinal Dolan says we have tried negotiation with the administration and legislation with Congress, and we'll keep at it, but there's still no fix. Gordon, back to you.
We stand with the Catholic Church on this one. This is an incredible overreach by the administration. And don't for a minute buy the argument, well, we're throwing it to the insurance company to pay for as opposed to the charity. Many of these charities are self-insured. They hired an administrator to service the insurance plan, but all of the payments come from the charity, and that's the objection here. Money from religious organizations, they should not be forced against their conscience to violate the precepts of their religious belief. That's the fundamental of the First Amendment.